Greetings, families. Welcome back once again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This video is about how the Malian military are training, motivation, and all. I put two videos together. It was three, but I'll make it two now because another one came up. I'm sure you remember that one. This is how they are training, getting themselves ready for any, God forbid, eventuality. Families, please listen and I'll be back. Thank you for your time.
For the liberation of the peoples of the AES region, units of the Malian army are strengthening their operational capabilities. The members of these units are now better equipped to conduct combat in urban areas and to provide combat first aid. Suleiman Tebsuge and Abubakar Sankare from ORTM.
100 trainees from a detachment of the 6th Military Region and a detachment of Chief Chababemba involved in Operation Jamadiako underwent a 45-day hardening training. The training is part of efforts to strengthen the capabilities of the Army's ground units.
This training was conducted by instructors from the Autonomous Battalion of Special Forces stationed in Bamako. The goal of this training is to constantly adapt to the enemy's methods of operation. So it is only natural that we, on our side, also regularly adapt our way of doing things in order to defeat them.
The modules taught during the training included, among others, urban combat, combat first aid, shooting, and tactics.
We truly appreciated this training a lot, and what we learned here, we intend to put into practice so that we can be more effective in the field.
We really plan to make the most of what we gain during the training for the benefit of the command. Secondly, we also plan to pursue the enemy to their last strongholds in order to show that what we gained during this training was not in vain.
And to put theory into practice, the trainees performed demonstrations in front of the military leaders. These included simulations of tourist exfiltration, camp attacks, and live fire exercises with both heavy and light weapons.
Thank you so much for listening and watching how hard they are training, how hard they are working. There's another video similar to this one that I've added to this. It's also about Mali, the military, empowerment, motivation, training, and everything. They are not leaving any stones unturned. Families, please watch them and I'll be back.
The first stage of this visit by the Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces to Segu focused on the security post of Sarakala and Pombleni, located at the two entrances to the city of Markala. These two strategic posts have been the target of terrorist attacks in recent times. Thus, he urged the personnel to remain committed and determined in this fierce struggle we are waging against the forces of evil.
For this visit, on the instructions of the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, the purpose is to come and see how to readjust our arrangements according to the enemy's mode of operation. We will face this and, above all, give even more momentum to our troops engaged in operations.
This message from the Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces was well received by the military commander of Segu, who says he is ready to enforce the instructions and directives given.
What has been happening lately, we'll get used to it. That's what it means to be a soldier. It's about adaptation. So there's nothing more to say except that people just need to hold on, maintain their positions, and organize themselves to fight.
The advice that the general gave us this morning, we are absolutely certain that we will follow it. God willing, we will achieve victory over the enemy.
If the chief makes the effort to come and ask us about our concerns, that can only make us even happier. From now on, we will know that we have leaders who support us, who stand by us.
The next day, the senior general officer and his delegation visited the trainees of the Joint Arms Certificate Program at the Makala Training Center. On site, General Keita Sangare reminded the trainees of the need for a change in behavior to ensure the success of our armed forces.
The training of officers is a key link in the effectiveness of our military operations. What kind of officer has the Chief of Defense Staff instructed us to train? They will be deployed in the coming days within the joint tactical groups to give their very best. Because together, we have gained our sovereignty through fire and blood.
The third and final stage of this visit was the bivouac site of the student non-commissioned officers in Banankoro. This day focused on a series of theoretical and practical workshops centered on military training, tactical maneuver combat, as well as reconnaissance missions and the neutralization of isolated enemies, terrain organization, camouflage, and the use of the sand table. The students also took part in a shooting session with both collective and individual weapons. These exercises will enable these young non-commissioned officers to prepare themselves to face any eventuality once deployed in the field.
The bivouac is part of the training program mandated by the General Staff of the Armed Forces and the Directorate of Military Schools. The bivouac is held annually. Every year we conduct a series of field exercises, either at the shooting range or in other areas, to allow the students to connect theory with practice. This week, which is our first bivouac with the second year students, is a real opportunity to put into practice the lessons learned in tactics, topography, engineering, communications, and other subjects directly in the field.
This bivouac is very important for us, the ESOI, because it prepares soldiers for life in the field during campaigns. Many of those here, the ESOI, are present, but don't really know what life is actually like in the field, what life during a campaign is like. So we're often used to comfort, and it's important for soldiers to know how to conduct themselves once they're out in the field. Also, it's important for soldiers to know that comfort is not always guaranteed out here. So from the moment we arrived until today, they've experienced a sandstorm just the day before yesterday, which is something quite unusual for many of the ESOI. So that's why it's important.
This is to give students an idea of what life in the countryside is like, something that awaits them once they leave school.
The students' level, both militarily and academically, impressed today's visitors.
The non-commissioned officer school, their bivouac, the group leaders, the workshops they showed, murder knowledge and skills, make these young people a source of confidence for our army. The sergeant is the first line of leadership in the army. They have understood the importance of their commitments to providing loyal support to their commanding officer. The result is clear to see. Honestly, congratulations to the non-commissioned officers school.
To combine business with pleasure, General Keita Sangare, as a war leader, took part in a precision shooting session. This was something that greatly impressed both his delegation and the students. It should be noted that this day was an opportunity to highlight the crucial role of the Banankoro Non-Commissioned Officers School in training the Army's future leaders.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please like it, share it if possible, and leave comment what you think about this. I know some will say, oh no, they are not supposed to be showing this. Of course, they have things that they will not share with us. Those ones that they want to share with us, that's what they are sharing. Thank you, families. Credit to RTB News and the station of FAMa. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I'm happy to watch them do what they are doing, knowing that they are getting ready, and always be alert, because we know already they are not going to quench the fire. They keep changing themselves. Their colors, their ways, their work, they are changing themselves. Now you don't even know who to believe or who not to believe. Anyway, thank you, families, my returning families, my VIPs, my kids and queens. Thank you. God bless you all. We should keep praying for them, and God will continue to protect and guard them, because at the end of the day, they are not stealing. This is their homeland. And those that they have put rotten words into their mind, deceive them to destabilize their own countries, they should remember, even if they are gone, their families are there. Their uncles, aunties, and future children will be there. So they should give up before it's too late. Just like one of them has given up. I'll be back with that video later on. God bless you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.